You have a prepaid call from the California State Prison. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man?
Oh, I can't call it. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. This is another one, man. Making the best of the situation.
I hear you, brother. So you were at Pelican Bay, right?
Yes, sir.
I know it's a long bus ride there, so what was going through your mind knowing you're headed to Pelican Bay?
Man, I was scared, to be honest. You know, all we hear about is things we heard about Pelican Bay on TV, things that we've seen, you know, as far as like footage of the riots. So I was terrified on my way there, and I was just, wondering, like, what's going to happen when I get here? Am I going to die? Going to get raped? What's going to happen? That's just the reality of what I was facing on my ride there.
And why is Pelican Bay so notorious?
Because it's a very dangerous prison. It's a prison at the top of the state. There's not many people whose family live close there, so there's not a lot of people get visits or anything like that. And there's a lot of miserable people there. It's where they call it the worst of the worst are housed, murderers, hardcore people, the gang leaders. And it's one of the most political prisons in the system where there's a lot of rules and regulations that need to be followed. And if you don't follow those rules and regulations, something's going to happen to you. It's likely going to be violent. And when they send somebody at you for not following the regulations, it's going to be somebody's going to really try to hurt you. And that is the reason why that prison is so notorious.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Were you ever in a riot?
Oh yeah, I was in several riots.
Do you know?
Most of them that had absolutely nothing to do with me too. That's something that our youth need to understand. I was in 3 different riots up there. 2 with the white guys and 1 with the Asians, as we call them, others. And none of them had anything to do with me. I was just on the yard, and again, a riot happens. That has absolutely nothing to do with you. You can be just out there working out, and a riot happens. You're expected to participate, and while you participate, you can get killed by another inmate, or you can get killed by the police. And if you don't participate, you ain't gonna be coming back to the yard, and ain't nothing gonna happen to you. It's gonna be consequences for you not participating. And that is something that our youth need to understand. Come to prison, you lose your individuality. You become a part of things that you don't even want to. You be forced into groups and to participate in stuff that you really don't care about. And that is one of the things that, bothers me every day here. I want to get out of here, but they just say I go to the yard and something happens and I decide, you know what, I'm not participating in this, and I lay down and I don't do nothing. Now when I come back to the yard, somebody's going to 9 times out of 10 try to do something to me. And that is something that, again, no teacher, no one that has not been to prison, tell us our youth about. Come to prison, the rights to being an individual, they're almost gone. And unless you just want to, have your life on the line by saying, I'm just not going to participate in any of that.
What normally causes these riots?
Oh man, it'd be it be petty stuff, you know. I've seen a riot over $3 deodorant. I've seen a riot over someone else's drug debt. I've seen a riot over somebody really just lied. Said, oh, this guy took my kite to this place. It was supposed to go to this place. And lo and behold, he made this all up because he didn't like that guy. You know, come out and start a big riot. To make a long story short, most of the riots be over some petty, some frivolous, just a gang of miserable guys in here, you know. Nothing else to do but come out and try to hurt each other.
Can you name things that would get an individual in a wreck or get DP'd?
All right, can you repeat yourself?
Can you name things that?
I didn't hear you.
Can you name things that gets individuals in a wreck or get DP'd?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Oh, okay. Can you name things that get people in a wreck or get DP'd?
Oh man, you know, getting in debt. Depending on who you run with, not working out, not rolling up your bunk, not being at a certain area at a certain time, not waking up at a certain time, talking loud while another individual's on the phone. You know, all this stuff might sound very petty, but especially in Pelican Bay, you know, somebody walk by your cell at 6 in the morning and you in there in the bed. You know, people gonna come holler at you. The mattress gotta get rolled up, the shoes gotta be on. You gotta be in there programming. We ain't no I'm tired or ain't none of that. This is the program. Yeah, you gonna get with it, or we gonna get with you.
I know you changed your life around and you wrote a book, right? So my question to you is, can you explain the day or what events that happened to you that just, you know, made you, you know, do that, you know, make that transition?
Well, it actually happened when I was in the SHU. I had wrote a letter to my cousin. I was trying to get some girls, and I was trying to bank off of my gang reputation. So I wrote a lot of stuff in the letter, and I was telling her to put the letter on Facebook. And I had hit the gang up all on the bottom of the paper, and it got flagged. And I ended up getting a write-up for promoting gang activity. And because I was doing an indeterminate SHU, I go up for review. I didn't have like a sentence or nothing. I was go up for review every 6 months. And because I got that write-up for promoting gang activity, that extended me 6 months. And at that point, it really hit me like, man, everything that you do that got to do with that gang ends up in a negative result. Now you sitting in the SHU for 6 more months. And that was a defining moment because my mom had just wrote me telling me that she hadn't heard from me. Because in the SHU at that time, there wasn't no phone calls. So my mom was telling me, you know, she wanted me to get out the SHU so I could talk to her. And when I got that extra 6 months, it was like, man, how long you gonna continue to do this, man? You don't see every time anything you do that got to do with that game, man. It's all negative. And at that point, man, I made a decision, man. I get up out this SHU, and I'm finna make a turnaround. I gotta start doing something to put myself in the position to get out of here and become a better person.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I know, bro. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I said I was in 2012, and I haven't been back to the SHU since.
Oh, okay. I know growing up in the hood and the environment, you know, that, you know, individuals like yourself were in, with all the family, relatives, and homies or whatnot. I mean, it's a tough environment to get out of. Now, what would have worked for you, and what would have worked for others to not join gangs? Can you elaborate on that?
I didn't understand the question. Can you clarify a little bit?
Oh, I know, like growing up in the hood, right? It's hard to get out in the environment because you're at that hood, and to not join these gangs. What would have worked for you back then?
Had I stayed, what you talking about back then? Yeah. Well, I wish I would have stayed focused on school, man. I know that's probably cliche to say, but that is really, truly now, I'll be like, education is the key to everything. Because as you get older, you start to, explore different worlds. And you start to really learn how uneducated we are, us that choose to go gang bang. I don't want to be, going to school. I want to be in the hood and hanging out. And me, I would encourage, to go to school, put your energy in some sports, something that's productive, because you sitting in these cells behind these walls with this life sentence, and all that stuff is going to be things that you be wishing that you can go back on and get another shot at. Like me, I pound these books, because I feel a lot of times when I be going through simple things, I be like, man, I don't know this. And it's because, I was out there trying to be a big bad gangbanger, didn't want to go to school. So that's what I was saying, man. I will distract myself with education if I was our youth.
And your book, your book can be used as a reference for teachers and other individuals that do gang prevention in your book, right? And it would be effective as a tool, correct?
Yes.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
That's why I put questions in the book. There's questions in the back of each chapter. There's self-assessment. All that is designed to, get the youth to really think about the choices that he or her is making and why you want to make those choices. And it's to get them to critically think. And I believe those questions in the book will help any teacher, counselor, anybody trying to prevent our youth from coming down this destructive path. I believe the book will be a very useful tool because of the questions in there.